My beloved child, wait, before your thoughts move ahead, pause here for just a second, because something subtle has already begun shifting around you, and you may not have noticed it yet. There is a quiet movement in your life right now, not loud, not obvious, not something that announces itself with noise or urgency, but something far more powerful than that. Something that unfolds in silence, in small decisions, in moments that feel ordinary on the surface, yet carry a deeper intention underneath. And strangely, it involves someone you trust, not someone distant, not someone unfamiliar, but someone whose presence has, at some point, felt safe to you. Someone whose words you didn't question too much, whose actions you accepted without overthinking, whose energy blended into your life so naturally that you never paused to ask, what is really happening behind the scenes? But now, something has shifted, and if you stay a little longer, you may begin to sense it too. Because what is unfolding is not negative, not harmful, not something to fear, but something deeply transformative. Something that could quietly change the direction of your path, not by force, but by realization. Have you noticed those tiny moments lately, where something felt slightly different? A pause in their voice that wasn't there before, a message that felt incomplete, a silence that carried more meaning than words, a glance, a hesitation, something that made you think, just for a second. What was that? You didn't dwell on it. You moved on. You told yourself it's nothing. But what if it wasn't nothing? What if those moments were small signals, not meant to alarm you, but to prepare you? Because something is being planned, not in a way that is against you, but in a way that involves you more than you realize. And here's where it becomes interesting. This isn't about secrets in the usual sense. It's not about deception or hidden intentions in a negative way. No, it's more layered than that, more thoughtful, more intentional. It's as if this person is trying to figure something out, about you, about your place in their life, about a decision they've been holding inside for longer than you know. And instead of rushing, instead of speaking too soon, they are choosing silence. But silence, my child, is never empty. Silence is where the deepest thoughts are formed. Silence is where decisions grow. Silence is where something unseen begins to take shape. And right now, you are standing at the edge of that unseen space. Don't skip this moment, because something important is waiting for you here. You may not have asked for this. You may not even know what this is yet, but somehow, your life has aligned with this moment in a way that cannot be ignored. Because the truth is, this person has been observing you more closely than you think. Not judging, not criticizing, but watching, noticing, understanding. They've seen parts of you that you don't always show. The quiet strength you carry when no one is looking. The way you handle things without asking for recognition. The way your presence affects the energy around you, even when you say nothing at all. And slowly, something inside them began to shift. At first, they didn't understand it. Then, they couldn't ignore it. And now, they are acting on it. But not in a loud or dramatic way. No, in a way that requires patience. In a way that unfolds step by step, like a plan that is still being shaped, still being refined, still being understood. And here's the part that may surprise you. This plan is not about control. It's not about changing you. It's about something much deeper than that. It's about alignment. About understanding where you both stand, and what that means for what comes next. And maybe, just maybe, this is why things have felt slightly different lately. Because when someone begins to see you in a new light, everything changes. The way they speak to you, the way they listen, the way they think about your presence in their life. Even the things they choose not to say, begin to carry meaning. And you, whether consciously or not, have started to feel it. That subtle shift, that unspoken tension, that quiet curiosity that lingers in the background of your thoughts. What is going on? You haven't said it out loud, but you've felt it. And that feeling is not random. It is your awareness gently waking up, not to something dangerous, but to something meaningful. Because what is being planned is not meant to take something from you. It is meant to reveal something to you. But revelations don't arrive all at once. They unfold. They take their time. They allow you to step into them, instead of being overwhelmed by them. And that is exactly what is happening right now. You are being led, slowly, gently, into a moment of understanding. A moment where things will start to make sense. Where the small details you overlooked will suddenly connect. Where the silence will finally speak. But not yet. Not all at once. Because there is still something forming. Something that hasn't fully surfaced yet. And this is where most people lose patience. They try to rush clarity. They try to force answers. They try to jump ahead, instead of allowing the moment to arrive on its own. But you are not here to rush. You are here to witness, to feel, to understand, in a way that stays with you. So stay here, just a little longer. Because the next part of this is where everything begins to shift. There is a reason why this person hasn't spoken yet. A reason why things are still unfolding quietly. A reason why you are sensing, but not fully seeing. And that reason is about to come closer to the surface. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but in a way that you will feel before you understand. And when that moment arrives, you won't need anyone to explain it to you, because something inside you will simply know. But before that happens, there is one more layer, one more realization, one more quiet truth that is waiting to be seen. And it begins with a question you haven't asked yourself yet. What if this isn't just about what they are planning? What if this is also about what you are becoming? Just stay with that for a moment, because the answer to that question is already moving toward you, and it's closer than you think. There's a moment, subtle, almost invisible, where everything begins to rearrange itself without asking for permission. Not outside you first, but within you. Because before anything is revealed, something inside you has to be ready to recognize it. And that's exactly where you are now. You may not see it clearly yet, but you can feel it, can't you? That quiet pull, that slight awareness, that sense that something is shifting, even if nothing obvious has happened. It's not coincidence. It's preparation. Because what this person is quietly planning is not just an action, it's a decision. A decision that didn't happen overnight. A decision that took time, observation, reflection, and a deep internal shift that they themselves may not have fully understood at first. But now, it's becoming clearer to them. And as it becomes clearer to them, it will soon become visible to you. But pause here for a second. Have you noticed how your own thoughts have changed recently? How you've started to reflect more deeply, question things you once accepted, feel things more intensely, even in silence? That's not random, because while they were observing you, something was also awakening within you. It's almost as if both of your paths, without direct communication, have been moving toward the same point, a moment of alignment. But alignment doesn't feel loud. It feels quiet, almost uncertain, like standing at the edge of something you can't fully see yet. And this is where most people step back. They doubt, they overthink, they dismiss the feeling. But you didn't. You stayed. Even if you didn't realize it, you stayed. And that matters more than you think. Because now, You are close to understanding something that was hidden in plain sight. Not hidden to deceive you, but hidden until you were ready to see it. There's a difference. And this is where the story deepens. Because what this person is planning is not just about expressing something. It's about revealing something they have been holding back, not because they wanted to hide it, but because they needed to be sure. Sure of what they feel, sure of what it means, sure of what it could change, and most importantly, sure of you. Yes, you. Because whether you realized it or not, your presence has had an impact. A quiet, steady, undeniable impact. The way you show up, the way you respond, the way you carry yourself even in uncertain moments. It spoke to them, more than words ever could. And slowly, something inside them shifted from uncertainty to clarity. But clarity brings responsibility. Because once someone understands what they feel, they can no longer pretend they don't. And that is exactly where they are now, standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything between you. But here's what makes this moment different. They are not rushing. They are choosing carefully, not out of hesitation, but out of respect for what this means. And that's why it has been quiet. That's why it has been subtle. That's why it has been unfolding in ways you can feel, but not yet fully explain. Because some decisions are too meaningful to be made loudly. They require stillness. They require depth. They require a moment where everything inside aligns, before anything is said. And that moment is getting closer. You might even start noticing small changes soon. Not dramatic ones. Not something that suddenly shifts everything in a single second, but something gentle. A difference in how they look at you. A difference in how they listen. A difference in how present they become, without needing to say anything new. And in those moments, you will feel it. That quiet confirmation. That sense that something has changed, even if no words have been spoken yet. But here's the part most people miss. This isn't just about what they are planning to reveal. It's about how you receive it. Because when something meaningful enters your life, your response shapes what happens next. And right now, you are being prepared for that response. Prepared to see clearly. Prepared to feel without confusion. Prepared to understand without fear or doubt. Because what is coming is not meant to disrupt you. It's meant to bring clarity. And clarity doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes it arrives in a single moment. A single sentence. A single realization. That changes how you see everything that came before it. So don't rush this part. Don't try to figure everything out right now. Because the truth is already on its way to you. And when it arrives, it won't feel foreign. It won't feel confusing. It will feel familiar. Like something you always sensed, but couldn't fully name until now. And that's when you'll understand why things had to unfold this way. Why silence was necessary. Why patience mattered. Why this moment couldn't come any sooner. But wait. Before you move ahead in your thoughts, there's something even deeper here. Something that hasn't fully surfaced yet. Because what they are planning is only one part of the story. The other part, the part that changes everything, is how this moment will shift your own path in ways you haven't imagined yet. And that is where everything truly begins. Something within you has already begun to respond, even before anything is spoken. It's quiet, almost like a whisper beneath your thoughts, but it's there. A sense that you are not the same as you were before this moment began. And that's not accidental. Because what is unfolding is not just about what this person will reveal. it's about how this entire experience is reshaping you from within. Pause for a second. Have you noticed how your awareness has deepened? How you're starting to see beyond surface level interactions, how you're picking up on energy, intention, silence, things you might have overlooked before? That shift inside you is the real transformation, because when awareness grows, everything else follows. And this is where things begin to take an unexpected turn. You may have thought this was only about them, about what they are planning, about what they might say or do. But what if the deeper truth is this? This moment is preparing you to step into a version of yourself that sees clearly, feels deeply, and chooses consciously. Because when their truth comes forward, you won't just hear it, you'll understand it, and more importantly, you'll understand what it means for you. Now listen closely. There's a reason why everything has been happening in this quiet, almost mysterious way. It's because not all truths are meant to arrive through explanation. Some truths are meant to be felt first, to be recognized, to be allowed into your awareness, gently. And that is exactly what is happening right now. You are being introduced, slowly, to a reality that was always forming, but only now becoming visible. And as this unfolds, something inside you is becoming stronger. Not louder, not more reactive, but more grounded, more certain, more aligned with what truly matters to you. And this is where your role becomes important. Because when the moment finally arrives, when they step forward with what they've been holding inside, you will be standing in a place of clarity, not confusion, not doubt, clarity. And clarity changes everything. It allows you to respond, instead of react. It allows you to feel, without being overwhelmed. It allows you to choose, without hesitation. And here's something you may not have considered yet. What if their plan, whatever form it takes, is actually a mirror? A reflection of something that has been growing inside you at the same time? Because connections like this don't move in one direction. They evolve together, even in silence, even without words. And now, both of you are approaching a point where that evolution can no longer stay hidden. But here's the gentle truth. Not everything needs to be dramatic to be life-changing. Sometimes, the most powerful shifts happen in the quietest ways. A conversation that feels simple, but changes everything. A realization that comes softly, but stays forever. A moment where nothing looks different, yet everything feels different. And that moment is closer than you think. Stay with this feeling. Don't try to label it too quickly. Don't rush to define it. Because the beauty of this moment is not in knowing everything. It's in allowing yourself to experience it fully as it unfolds. And as you do, you may start to notice something surprising. A sense of calm. Not the absence of questions, but the absence of urgency. Because deep down, something inside you already trusts what is coming. That's why you're still here. That's why you didn't turn away from this feeling. That's why, even now, you're listening, sensing, understanding more than before. And that trust is your guide. Because whatever this person is preparing to reveal, it is not here to confuse you. It is here to bring something into focus. Something that has been forming, slowly, patiently, quietly. And when it finally steps into the light, you will recognize it, not because it is new, but because it has always been part of your path, just waiting for the right moment to be seen. But wait. Before that moment arrives, there is one final layer, one final realization, that is about to surface. And it may change the way you see not just them, but everything that led you here. Because what is about to unfold next is not just about understanding them. It's about understanding why this connection entered your life at this exact moment. And that answer is closer than it has ever been. There is a quiet turning point, so gentle that most people would miss it, yet so powerful that once it passes, nothing feels the same again. And you are standing right inside that moment. Not at the beginning anymore, not fully at the end, but in that between space where everything is becoming clear, even if it hasn't been spoken yet. Take a slow breath here. Because what you are about to understand is not just about them, it's about why this entire experience entered your life in the first place. Nothing here is random, not the timing, not the connection, not even the silence. It all carried a purpose, a quiet intention that has been guiding both of you toward this exact point. And now, that purpose is beginning to reveal itself. But it doesn't come as a loud answer. It comes as a realization, a soft, undeniable knowing that settles within you. You may have already felt it, just for a second, like a thought that appeared and disappeared before you could fully hold on to it. That feeling. That was the truth trying to reach you. Because what this person has been quietly planning was never just about changing something between you. It was about creating a moment where everything becomes honest. Where what has been unspoken finds its way into light. Where what has been felt finally finds its form. And here is the part that changes everything. They are not the only one who has changed. You have, in ways you may not have fully noticed until now. Look back for a moment, not too far, just enough to see who you were before this subtle shift began. The way you thought, the way you reacted, the way you understood people, connections, yourself. And now, something is different. You are calmer in places where you once felt uncertain, more aware in moments where you once moved quickly, more connected to your own intuition, your own inner voice, than ever before. And this is not coincidence. Because this connection, this unfolding, was never meant to stay on the surface. It was meant to awaken something within you, something deeper, something lasting. And now that it has, you are ready, not just to hear what they have to say, but to truly understand it, without confusion, without fear, without needing to chase answers, because the answers are no longer outside you, they are already forming within you, and when their moment comes, when they finally step forward, you will not feel surprised in the way you expect. You will feel recognition. Like hearing something your heart already knew, but was waiting for your mind to accept. And that recognition is what will allow everything to shift naturally. No force, no pressure, just clarity. And clarity is what transforms everything. But pause here. Because there is something even more meaningful hidden within this moment. Something that goes beyond what they are planning. Beyond what they will reveal. It's about what you choose next, because once truth is seen, you are given a choice, to move forward in alignment, or to return to what felt familiar before. And this time, you won't choose based on uncertainty, you won't choose based on doubt, you will choose based on understanding. And that is what makes this moment powerful. Because understanding changes the way you move, the way you respond, the way you see yourself, and the people around you. And suddenly, what once felt complicated, becomes simple, not because everything is explained, but because you see clearly, and clarity brings peace. Now listen closely. There is no rush here. No need to predict exactly how or when this will unfold. Because the moment is already on its way. Everything is already aligning, quietly, steadily, in ways you may not fully see yet. And when it arrives, it will feel right. Not perfect, not overwhelming, just right. Like a door opening at the exact moment you are ready to walk through it. So stay present. Stay aware. Stay connected to that quiet voice within you that has been guiding you all along. Because it has never been wrong. It has only been waiting for you to trust it. And now, you are closer than ever. Closer to understanding. Closer to clarity. Closer to a moment that will not demand your attention, but will naturally hold it. Because you will feel its importance, without needing to question it. And just before everything fully reveals itself, there is one final realization waiting for you. A realization so simple, yet so powerful, that it brings everything together. It's this. What if this moment was never about what someone else was planning, but about what you were being prepared to see, feel, and finally understand about yourself? Stay with that, because the answer to that question is already becoming clear.